Welcome back. Dale Myers with Vision Advance. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to let Google tell you everything you need to know to win so that you can rank your business higher when you're trying to be found for the local products and services that your business provides. So again, I have plenty of paid tools that I use to help other business owners and my business find clients, but there are some free things that you can do, and that's the purpose of this video. So with no further ado, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get into it now. So I put together this quick um, sheet that I use, but you could just hand write it or just make a note on a notepad or something. But the main things we're going to look at the URL structure, meaning what actually shows up in the Google search results when people are searching. For example, um, like the URL structure is up here. Now, this is not a good example of one, but I'll show you when we get to that side. All right. So what we're going to be looking at today is I have a client that's a home inspector, and now we're going to try to get him ranking in the Brunswick, Georgia area. So I did a Google search, home inspector Brunswick. Now, you see here, Google shows what we call a map pack or a three pack. And this is where one of the locations where you want to be found. That can be your focus. We can click on this guy's website, but oftentimes this is the main website, like visionshaperconsulting.com, right? But so what I really want to do though is focus our attention down here. The other area where you can be found is the organic search results. And so now, one, I want to take a quick look at these results. If you look here, this is probably a local business. This one is not. This is an association, a directory. Again, a directory or association. So those are not the ones we're directly competing with. But so everything in the search results, I won't say it doesn't matter, but it's not something that we're gonna, because if someone is looking to hire, they may or may not click on these certified home inspectors. But on that note, if you're a business owner, you should make sure you're appearing in the local search in the directories as well. So I'm going to reach out to my client and make sure that since this International Association of Certified Home Inspectors is here, make sure that he's listed with this organization. Same thing. What do we need to do down the road? This is not a priority, but down the road, what can we do to try to be included in the best 10 home inspectors in Brunswick, right? Um, Now, having said that, and again, this doesn't have to be home inspectors. You use your industry. Are you a plumber? Are you a hairstylist? Right? But it's your city. Hairstylist, Atlanta, Georgia. Plumber, Jacksonville, Florida. Okay, you would do the exact same thing. Or small town in any city in Kentucky. Doesn't really matter. Now back to the search results. Here's another interesting thing. You don't see this too often, but those of you that don't actually have a web page, um, this guy is ranking for home inspections with his Facebook page. Now, that being stated, um, that's probably not the best thing to do. But if this is all you have, then you go with that. But this is proof that you can rank in the search results with a Facebook page, a Facebook business page. Having said that, what are we going to do? Well, Google has showed us that this top person right here is winning in the organic results. So let's see why. So we're going to look at his web page and go see. Now, this guy did something good. He literally used the name of the city in his page. So this is probably one of the biggest reasons why he's ranking. Literally, the name of the business is Brunswick Home Inspector. So if you have a direct match for your keyword, Jacksonville math tutor, when people are searching, you're going to have a competitive advantage. It doesn't mean that you always win, because of course our goal is to eventually catch this guy. But this is his URL structure. And I'm going to go to another web page to see somebody else. Who's another local guy? Home spec. Not sure. Let's see. Okay. So again, this is the home page is ranking. And what we're trying to see is, was this homespec.ssi.com or homespec.ssi.com/Brunswick? We're looking to see what is Google currently rewarding. So this is the URL structure I was I was talking about. Now, lastly, this other guy showing up. It says in Savannah. But look, okay, so this is the game. This guy's ranking in Brunswick, but if you look at his URL structure, he's targeting Richmond Hill in the URL structure, but in his H tags, in his headings, he's targeting Savannah, Brunswick, Richmond Hill, and the key phrase home inspector. So, all right. So the reason we're doing this is we're trying to say what page, how many pages do we need to make? Can we win just with our home page, homeinspector.com, or do we have to win with homeinspector.com/Brunswick? Okay. Now, the reason this is relevant, my particular client, he is trying to target Southeast Georgia, spanning 6, 7, or more counties. So we know that we're going to have to build pages out. We're just trying to figure out what's the best structure. Do we need to build a page for Brunswick, Jekyll Island, St. Simons Island, Sea Island, and Glenn County, or can we just build one page encompassing all the others? So right now we're just trying to say, hey, what is Google currently rewarding? Google is showing us variation. The top couple of people just had the home page. This guy is ranking with what's called a location page because he targeted a city or a location, but at the same time, he's actually targeting a different thing. But having said all of that, let me clear this off of my screen here. So that would be so I'm just going to, so in the URL structure, what I would do, I would actually go back and I would copy like the very, just for my peace of mind, I would just go and copy this URL structure right here and control C, and I will go back to my document, whatever you have, and I'll just put it right there. All right. And then I would, the other ones that I just did, the other inspector that had targeted Richmond Hills, he would go up underneath there. But now the next thing is the number of headings. Well, websites have header tags, also called title tags. And this, if you remember English class, it's almost like you had a main theme of what the whole paper was about. You had subtopics and subheadings. That's literally what headings are. They set up site structure for Google as well as inform the reader. Um, there are some paid tools that you can use. So let's go back to the first person's website. This is the guy, the Brunswick Home Inspector. If I wanted to know the number of headings, and I told you this video, we're going to focus on free things that you can do. Well, I went to Google and I downloaded a free Chrome extension. There used to be some others, SEO Minion, but it's no longer free. It is still, I think SEO Minion is better, but this guy right here will get it done. It's a free Google tool. You just sign in. I've already signed in. Now, when I go to this guy's website, if I, oops, hold on, well, the wrong thing here, but let me wait for it to load. All right, if you look down in the lower right corner, you see that H1 flash? This is telling me that is his first most important header. Now, over here is just, yes, that's the second header. So I'm just counting headers. 2 headers, 3 headers, 4, 5. Let's see, anything else? 6 headers. So I would go back to my other page and I would say, all right, we have 6 headers. Word count. So I would go back to that page and I would literally copy everything about that page and I would post it in a Google Doc, which I've already done. I posted it in a Google Doc. I'll do go to tools and do word count. And it tells me it's 337 words. And I go back here because part of, again, the number, if everybody's writing 1,500 words and you have 250, Google is telling you you probably need more content. You don't want thin content. You want to be near the average. So in this case, I'm going to probably find the top 5 websites that are ranking. I'm going to do this for all 5, and then I'm going to take the average of that and be a little more than the average and put my page together. I'm going to wait a month or 2 and see how it performs. And then after that, I'm going to tweak it. Now, the next thing is keyword appearance. How many times does the key phrase Home Inspector Brunswick or Brunswick Home Inspector appear? Uh, and again, I will go back to the same document that we did and open up a Google Doc or Word document and do Control F, and I will put Brunswick Home Inspector. So it says 0, right? But this, remember, keep in mind, this guy used Brunswick Home Inspector in his URL structure. So we might not get all the data we want, but this is what you do. You're looking for the key phrase. So I'm just going to go in and type, because what I put in was home inspection. Now, home inspection pops up 2 times, but now when I put in Brunswick, in this case, I get 0, but that's fine. So I'm just going to show what the data says. The key phrase appears 0 times. The keyword density, let's say if this had appeared 5 times, right? But so density, you literally put 0 divided by 337, which is 0. That would be out of the 337 words, how many times did the keyword appear? In this case, it's showing 0, but that's misleading. So because what we really want to look at are keyword variations. So again, I'll go back to my Word document. Home inspections, that's 2 times. Home inspection is 9 times. We could put home inspector, okay? That's 0 times, that's fine. So we had 9 and 2, that's 11. So I will put 11 times is what I would put, right? Home inspector or home inspection. We could also put in house. So I will say house inspection or building. Okay, that doesn't appear. So we just check different variations. So I'm going to put 11 times the variation appeared. But we could also track how many times did we use the name of the city, Brunswick, Jacksonville, Paducah, whatever the name of your city is. This one here is an easy one. How many images do we have on page? All right, this is kind of easy. Well, it doesn't show up here. All of my, well, that does show up, but we can always just go back to the web page and see how many different images we have here. One. I mean, technically that is an image, but like literally just counting the images, right? So 3, I would say that's 3 images, right? And I would just add that in. Now, if you watch some of our other videos, you know that you shouldn't just only put an image. You should put a title on the image, provide some alt text to the image. That is like the image, I would call that image house or home inspected in Brunswick, so that it is tied back to the key phrase. And again, number of videos, I didn't see any videos. So that's the main thing. And literally, again, I would repeat this process for at least 3, but probably the top 5 that show up in the search results. And once you do that, I'll just start taking the average of my headings, right? So again, the whole purpose of this video was to show you free tools and to show you that Google will literally show you what you need to do to win. Now, here's a caveat to that. Google constantly changes their algorithm. So we do this, but we also we don't drastically change our page. We try not to, especially if we have helpful content. I'm not going to really take off my helpful content because most people don't have helpful content, because over time, that helpful content is going to reward my visitors and build trust. So there's a caveat to that. But again, if you followed us, Google literally tells you what you need to do to win. So if you found this video helpful, please give a thumbs up, subscribe, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions. We can be reached at what is it? 678-902-2969. Again, my name is Dale Myers with Vision Shaper Consulting. Lots of good things are coming down the works. So again, look forward to speaking with you soon. Take care.